the thought of them going into these oceans and these waters with high-speed boats, terrorizing a pod, a family, and kidnapping Lolita when she was a calf.
The size of the pool that she's in, it would be like you or me in a bathtub for 40 years.
This place needs to be shut down. These animals need to be freed.
The proposal for Lolita's retirement is for her to be transferred to a seaside sanctuary or sea pen in her native waters in the San Juan Islands, where she can feel the ocean, be near her family, attempt to communicate with them, and try to be rehabilitated so she can hopefully be released back to her wild family.
Lolita is an ideal candidate to be released. We know exactly where her pod is. Her mother still believes her to be alive.
What are you doing to get Lolita out?
PETA, ALDF, Orca Network, and others submitted a petition for Lolita to be listed under the Endangered Species Act, and the government has already agreed with us.
We've heard that propaganda that returning her to her home waters would kill her. I heard it on TV this morning, in fact. It's total propaganda, total garbage.
Later this month, Lolita should be listed under the Endangered Species Act, which means she is going to be protected from harm and harassment just as her family in the wild.
She gets picked up in a stretcher after she gets used to it. She gets put onto a flatbed truck, taken to the airport, loaded into a big cargo plane, flown to the West Coast, and then she's brought out of that plane to the water and lowered down into a floating pen. And that is slowly towed about 30 miles. You can just swim at her own pace. And then that will open up to a sea pen that will be ready for her. And it's not a big deal. It's just a couple of nets across from shore to shore. And a care station, all the fish she would ever need, all the medical care, all the attention, all the companionship she would need will be right there for her. She can feel her home waters for the first time in 45 years. That's where she was born and raised.
And then what happens? In that pen, she's adjusted. What's next?
Well, that really will depend on her, on what she wants to do, on how she looks, how she feels, her metabolic strength, and her eagerness to get out. I don't think it'll take long, but it'll be at her pace. Whether she wants to go up against the net and go out, and if so, she'll be accompanied, and she'll know the people in the boat, and she'll know the signal. If they want to bring her back, they can do that. They'll take her further and further and further, and it'll be a bigger and bigger sea pen until after a while, it could be weeks, it could be months, we'll open that up.
So I say free Lolita!